Okay, 7th graders, I'm going to get you going on part 4. This wasn't in my original plan, but looking at where we're getting on our projects right now, we need to kind of address some issues so that we are successful. Now, one thing that I want to mention up front, there's been some problems with accessing the YouTube channel and the videos that I've created for these projects. If you are having issues, we need to troubleshoot those issues and continue to work through them, and not necessarily just give up and wait until the technology fixes itself. So there is some troubleshooting you can do on your Chromebook, also using Mr. Carper as a resource to get through these issues, trying to track him down, trying to make good communication with him so that we can get through these drawings will help assure you of your success in this class. So as I was saying, I'm going to start looking at number 4. What I have up here on the screen right now is part 3. And what was different about part 3 versus part 1 and 2 is we actually drew the object to scale and we annotated it with dimensions. So let's go and look at number 4 real quick, and then we'll draw it up as a new part. So all these parts have the same general shape, and like I did on part 3, I'm going to start it out as a cube, similar to what you did as your dice, and I'm going to extrude some cuts. Now what you should see here on part 4 is there's going to be 3 cuts for me to extrude. The first major cut creates the L shape, then we have the notch at the top to create those 2 dog ears, and then the notch down here on the right side. Let's get started. I'm going to go back to Autodesk Inventor. I'm going to start with a new part file. And so I'm going to click on New. And we'll give the software a bit of time to get rolling. Got a lot of projects open up right now, so it's using quite a bit of memory. It's going to be a standard IPT. And create. This should be fairly easy for you at this point. Now, as this is opening up, remember, there's a grading scale for these. There's 7 different drawings. 3 is passing, but certainly we would like to see you folks do better than that. I'd like to see everyone do at least 5. Okay, here we are in our new part. So I'm going to click on the pencil. I'm going to click on the front plane. Good idea to point out and double check our work at this point. Make sure that your view cube up here says front. I'm going to go to rectangle. I'm going to put that green dot right in the center. So just kind of identifying some basic things that we've done to this point, but maybe we're straying away from them. 1, tab 1, enter. Just like with your dice. Little house on the view cube, finish sketch, and we'll extrude that to 1. Give it a moment to catch up. A little bit of lag time on the computer this morning. Sometimes it's a good idea to restart your machine. I don't always do that. I kind of leave some projects open. Pull that over to the front there. Okay, let's carve out that L shape. So I'm going to click on the pencil. And this is going to be placed on the right side view. I'm going to use rectangle from the corner. And I'm going to do 0.6 tab 0.6. So I'm inputting those dimensions. You can always go to the dimension tool and do your dimensions that way by placing 3 points. But if you know where you're at, sometimes it's more efficient to input them manually right away. So we're going to extrude this as a cut. Now we have that L shape. Okay, let's put these dog ears in right here next. I'm going to go pencil. We are on our front view right now. I'm going to do our rectangle. And this one I am going to end up using the dimension tool. So I'm going to go dimension. And we're going to make this 0.25 on each side. can see I was pretty close to that. So when you're free drawing, it's easy to get things relatively proportional, but it helps to go back and make them more precise. Let's make all of these 0.25. Finish sketch, and we'll extrude this as a cut as well. All right, one last cut to extrude. So let's look at our worksheet to make sure that we're putting it in the right place. Okay, it's going to be coming on that right edge, right there. We'll go over here, go create 2D sketch, put it right here in this plane. Let's go rectangle. I'm going to set it right here in the middle. See how I get that green dot? That way I don't have to go back and use my dimension tool. That's just another way to draw efficiently. Finish sketch. We're going to extrude this. Let's do direction 2 on this one. We'll go in, but let's try 0.25 for a depth. I'm good with that. We'll check it and see if the computer catches up. Again, it's processing. Sometimes you just have to be patient. It usually comes around. It doesn't like what I put there. Sometimes you get these. So let's hit cancel, and let's try this again. Let's click on it first, and then I'll do direction 2. It's just a matter of being patient sometimes. All right, let's go do a save as. We'll save this as part 3 or part 4. It already had a good idea of what I wanted to save that as. And I'm replacing a previous part 4. All right, so we're going to go New, Standard IDW, and Create. We're going to right-click on Sheet in our model browser to edit our sheet size. A lot of you are getting very good at this, but don't forget, we want to use a sheet size A. Now, if all my values have been inputted correctly, I'll be able to use 1-to-1 scale when I project my base. And there it is. Front, top, side. I have to click a 4th time, and then I right-click, Create. Let's look at our matching worksheet real quick. See what that would line up with on that right column. It looks like it would be G. It's good. Helps you keep track of where you are at on those activities. Let's go back and annotate with some dimensions real quickly before we wrap this up. So I select dimension, click a couple points between the views. Try not to have those set on top of each other, but it is important to place your dimension lines and your extension lines between the views. So there's all we have for height. Let's do width. Try and stagger those a little bit so they're not on top of each other. And then let's do this one up here. And that should give us all of the dimensions for our design elements. Okay, now don't forget at this point, once the drawing is complete, you're going to save it. You're going to go over here to your snipping tool, put it in your presentation. So we're going to drag a box. Edit, copy. And let's go to our matching activity PowerPoint. I'm going to go new slide. Shortcut for paste is Control V. And then I want to drag that out to fit the box. Now when you're working on this presentation, you and your table partner will complete it together. If you are on the second half of the presentation, make sure that your table partner emails you the first half so that you can work on it in your own username. That helps for accountability and grading. So here's our presentation so far. Hopefully this video is useful for you to get you started on part 4. I would like these presentations turned in to me electronically as an attachment by the end of the period Friday. So until next time, good luck.